The top 10 ways to build an excellent credit score. Number one is this: attack unattractive debt first. So any type of credit card debt, tackle that debt immediately, okay? Tackle that debt immediately. Number two is this: maintain at least 2 credit vehicles. Credit cards are good. You should have one. There's just responsibilities that come with it, but don't just have one loan. What you want to do is you want to have a line of credit or a car loan or a student loan. That's great. And a credit card. Have 2 credit vehicles. Keep longer term credit vehicles open. So if you've had a credit card for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and you've been making payments on time, do not cancel that credit card. That will reflect well on your credit score. Aim to use 35% or less of your available credit limit. That's that utilization rate I was telling you about. Ask for the highest available credit limits. Again, that'll help assist for your utilization rates. This is important. Always read the fine print of what you're signing.
Because there's always a catch.
The devil's in the details. Yes, I should have learned that one.
The fine print contains how you're going to get screwed.
You know where you buy furniture or appliances, you don't have to worry for a year to make any payments, or a year and a half? They're great programs. I'm using it right now. It's free money, nothing wrong with it. But here's the challenge. I remember when I bought my first home many years ago, I put a big down payment on the home. And I didn't want to empty out my bank account, so I went to one of these stores where you don't have to make payments for a year on anything. So I bought like $6,000 worth of furniture, and I budgeted to pay it off within 6 months. Even though I had a year, I created a budget and I paid it off. And I walked into the store where I bought all this stuff, and I walked in, and there's a lineup where you have to pay for this type of debt. I walked in, and there was nobody in line, nobody at all. And I sat there and go, well, you're not very busy in this line. And she goes, we're never busy in this line. And I started laughing. I go, what percentage of people don't pay this off within a year? She said 84%. 84%, nearly everybody. If you don't pay that off in full on time, here's the fine print. You're paying 30%, okay? 30% in interest. That's backdated to when you originally got the loan. So let's say if you have a $10,000 loan, that first bill you get is going to be $13,000. They add 30% to that. How insane is that? But here's the challenge. I'm going to tell you why so many people get in trouble with this type of debt. Somebody will be living at home and they'll need a new couch because the cat pissed on the old one, right? And so these are the stories that we hear. It's just crazy. And so a new couch is like $2,000, but a lot of people don't have $2,000 sitting in a bank account. They're like, that's an unexpected debt. I don't have the money. But they'll get this flyer where they don't have to make payments for a year. They're like, ha, problem solved. Couch, $2,000, don't have to worry for a year, done, let's go. So you walk into the store, and it's like everybody's been scripted. All the salespeople have been all scripted the same way, because this is what happens. You show your flyer, say, you see this couch for $2,000, I want to buy it, and I don't want to pay for a year. So like, well, come on over here, let's see if you qualify. So you got to go to the kiosk, and they're looking at the screen, and you're not allowed to look at the screen. They're typing in your information, what's your name, address, and then like you're kind of nervous, like you're waiting. It's like, is it going to be a boy or a girl? Like you're finding everything. And then what happens is they're like, huh? And then you're sitting like, is there a problem? They're like, no, everything's okay. And they take their one finger, then they turn the screen around. They're like, you're good. Just so you know, you qualify for the couch. Actually, we've approved you for $10,000. And I swear on anything, you think people had just won something on The Price is Right. Like balloons start dropping, they're like, yeah, me, holy. They think like it's free money. They never have to pay it back. And then all of a sudden they're like, holy crap, everything in my house sucks now, right? This 50-inch television we have, that's for chumps. Let's get that 60-inch television. Even though they couldn't afford $2,000 couches like minutes ago, all of a sudden they're like, you know what, $10,000. Oh man, that new bedroom set, that'll be amazing. New television plus that couch. Oh man, that's a year away problem. We'll figure it out. Who cares? You know, all those neighbors that we hate, they're going to see that big truck move in and all this furniture. That's going to piss them off real good. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff. And then you get it and you're like, oh man, this is amazing. And you're enjoying all of it. And then in the back of your mind, that's when it starts kind of clicking in. I got to pay this back. But you don't think about it too much. Then month 6 happens because you don't realize when you spend all that money, you got to save $800 a month, every month for the next year. But you're not thinking about it. You're like, this new stuff's awesome. But then month 6 happens and you're like, how much money do I need to have saved right now? $5,000. Like, that's not going to happen. Then the pain starts to exist. But you're like, you know what? It's cool. Don't worry about it. You know, I'll worry about it later. And by the time that full year happens, you've convinced yourself it's not a bad deal. But now what's happening? You're spending 30% interest on something that's losing value every single day.
I had just started a new job and I was looking for a new apartment with a friend of mine. And we were both really excited about living together, but neither of us had any furniture coming right out of school, or any money for that matter. So we decided to find one of these don't pay a cent event scenarios, walked into the store without really a game plan, and next thing you know, we'd racked up, I think, a $12,000 bill. But we had the best of everything. We had 2 big screen TVs, we had a couple black leather sofas. We literally decked our apartment out like we were millionaires. It looked amazing. Life was great at the place, but before you knew it, 18 months was up and we had some serious bills to pay. No one had ever taught me even what a credit rating was, let alone how you needed to use it to proceed in your adult life. After this experience, I was looking for my first apartment to move downtown Toronto. And one of the first things they asked for was a full credit application. And at the point, my credit was terrible because I didn't follow up on the terms of the agreement like I had. I was making interest-only payments, and no one was even willing to take me as a tenant. And I had no idea the repercussions of doing this. If I had, I never would have bought this furniture in the first place. Honestly, in order for me to get back to a position where I was comfortable, it was 5 to 6 years of rebuilding my credit to a point where it was looked upon as being good.
So I'm not saying don't use it. I use it myself, but be responsible with it. And just so you know, if you have any of that type of debt, there's only 2 ways you can pay off that debt. You know that, right? You can't go in with a credit card and pay off that debt. They only take cash or check. That's it. So if you're holding on to that debt right now, thinking your credit card's your way out, right? It's not. Avoid rate shopping. Again, as I told you, if you have not been approved for a loan and you're getting declined, do not go out and go keep reapplying over and over again. That's going to have a negative impact on your credit rating, okay? The next is this: monitor your credit score. Many credit scores have errors. It's free to do. One of the best ways to fix your credit score possibly is fixing the errors on your credit report. Pay the full amount owing every single month when possible. Obviously, you have a car loan, you may not be able to do that, but pay the full amount owing on credit cards every month if you can. And I can't emphasize this enough: make 100% of payments on time. I look at a lot of students that have student loan debt, and for some reason they think if they miss a payment on that it has a less effect on their credit score than missing a mortgage payment or a car payment. It is equally as bad. Equally as bad. So you want to make sure the 2 golden rules: make 100% of payments on time, and when possible, especially on credit card debt, is pay the full amount owing every single month.
How many credit cards you have, how much balance is on your credit card,
the amount of money you use, and whether you go over your limit.
how much income you make definitely affects your ability to get a loan.
Probably how often you go over your limit, like how big your expenses are. Like if you're gonna buy a house one day and the next day just go buy 2 cars, I think that would probably affect it.
You have to pay your payments on time.
Yeah, not paying your bills. I mean, quite simply put, that not paying your bills. And if you pay them on time and you have a good balance and your bankers love you, then you have a good credit score.
What affects your credit score? Mortgage payments, credit card, car and student loans. Does that affect your credit score if you don't make payments on time? Yes or no? Yes. Right. Rent payments? No. Cell and utility bills? Yes, if it goes to collections. Insurance payments? No. Bank overdrafts? Yes, if it goes to collections. Parking tickets? Yes, if it's a city ticket and goes to collections. Child and alimony payments? Yes, if it goes to collections. Checking your own credit? No. If it's a soft credit pull, does not affect your credit. Agent income? No. Credit counseling? No, unless they approve the application, then yes. If you're just going for the counseling, does not affect your credit score. Okay? These are important things to know.